How's it going, fellow traders? It's Magic Trader here, and this is the CFTC report for the data that was recorded on February 1st, 2022. Here's a brief snapshot of the positions held by the institutions as of that date. And so let's take a look at what we have here. All right, let's start by taking a look at gold. What do we have here with gold? Let's take a look here. So gold, look at the positions, all right? Back in January 25th, 2022, positions were pretty aggressive, 313,000. They've reduced them to 275, okay? Look at shorts, 93,000. They reduced them to 100 or increased them to 103,000. Now, this would make you think that things are getting bearish here on in, right? Well, it is bearish, but you have to also remember that this happened as price was declining here on the weekly chart, okay? That's that decline. Now you can see since that price sat still, increased a little bit, but you know, we're still in the range, okay? And so if anybody was to take that data and automatically think that that means price is going to drop, they would be deeply mistaken. So be aware of that, because a lot of people who are not well versed in the data and the response and how the institutions move price, they would see this in decrease in long positions and increase in shorts, and they'd automatically be thinking, oh, price is going to be dropping. So be careful, because that's not what that means, okay? Now we have oil. Take a look. Do you see what happened here? Oil hit our targets, okay? Monthly targets. We had them for quite some time. Oil hit the targets. Now you can see that institutional supply is being contacted. So what does that mean? Well, let's take a look at the positions. We see that longs, they decreased from 492,000 to 487,000. Not much going on there. And shorts hardly were touched, okay? Now remember, here, where price was increasing right here on the weekly chart, okay? As price was increasing, they were slowly closing off their long positions, okay? Now, with this major area of supply being contacted, we have a lot of reason to believe that price is going to slowly start shifting momentum. Now, we did a post about this on our blog. You can look at it at www.whiteoakfx.com/journal, and you'll see the latest blog post we have is with respect to what we believe is about to happen with oil. So you better take a look at it if you do trade oil, because I believe the banks are setting something up, okay? Something big. So I won't go into any more detail, but let's take a look at the dollar. What is the dollar doing? We see that longs increased from 41 to 43,000. And look at this, okay? I wrote about this in detail in the latest EURUSD report, which is being sent out to members tomorrow. But what I want to point out is that increase in shorts. What we have here is institutional supply coming into play. And if we take a look down below on the weekly chart, take a look, okay? This is what we were talking about in last week's report. The double top into supply, okay? Because of what we were witnessing on the daily chart. And now you see exactly what we were talking about. That's exactly what's coming into play, all right? Now you see a lot of the weakness coming into the markets, and there is nothing to stop price from heading even lower over time, okay? And coincidentally, as price was rallying up, you know, retail traders over here were short, okay? They were short here, they were short here, they were short here, they were short here. They couldn't take it anymore. They're like, listen, we're going to wipe out our accounts. Let's start covering, okay? And so you got the drop. And they said, you know what? Let's start going long since price is moving so much upwards. Buy the pullback. They bought the pullback, which came up here. But guess what? The banks, they are now pushing it against them, okay? These are the traps that they set. This is nothing new. This is what we study here at the school. So beware, because we see more downside coming in here, okay? Aussie. Now, the Aussie and Kiwi, they're both trading a little bit differently, and we'll see examples of that. Take a look here. On the Aussie, you have an increase in longs from 15 to 18,000. Shorts not really doing anything. Now, we see the weakness with the dollar, and look at what's happening here on the weekly chart. Okay, we also have some weakness. Okay, look at that. Weakness, price came down. It has since removed a very large institutional area of buying, which indicates to us that price could easily continue downwards. We had a downtrend here on the daily chart. Price rallied up to institutional supply, and now we're seeing the push to the downside. The observation journals within the school have this all mapped out in some detail. So now we're seeing the pressure to the downside. Institutional demand has been removed. So again, there's a chance that we see price decline over time. All right. And remember, shorts are more aggressive. They increase shorts, they take profits. They increase shorts, they take profits. Look at where we used to be with short positions. Okay. Look where we are now. So you can imagine what's coming next. All right. So USCAD. Long positions decreased from 40,000 to 34,000, and short positions increased from 53 to 52. Bottom line is, shorts are a little bit more aggressive, and if you take a look at the sentiment, it's starting to become a little bit bearish, okay? And what do we see with the dollar? Weakness, right? We're seeing the dollar weakness. This one's holding a lot better than what we're seeing on the dollar, and that's because of the pressure from the upside momentum here from the ascending weekly trend line, okay? But I suspect that we're going to see a potential drop somewhat. How much it's going to drop, it's hard to say, because I'll tell you something. When price drops, that means the Canadian dollar is also getting stronger, okay? And oil just hit a major area of supply. So what is that telling us? It's likely going to drop, which means oil's price is going to drop, which means Canadian dollar price is probably going to drop. If the Canadian dollar price is going to get weaker, we should expect some pressure to the upside here. So with that combined with the downside pressure on the dollar, it could sit sideways for quite some time. Okay, so keep your eyes on that, because that's what we will be watching for. US Swiss franc stuck in a range, has been for a while. Both sides, longs and shorts, are cooled off. But longs are more aggressive, and we've got a big push to the upside here through this trend line. This is opening up for a potential move to the upside. Only thing is we got a weak dollar, so we'll see how this plays out going forward. Euro US dollar, let's take a look at the positions. Longs, okay, 204, 211, 213. Shorts dropping 198 to 183. We're starting to see some bullish momentum being built here, okay? Bullish momentum being built, and slowly seeing momentum coming up here. Now, why is that? We got institutional demand in play, just like we have institutional supply in play on the dollar. And so this is going to put pressure to the upside on the euro, okay? So euro is also in a range. When we look at the charts, we can see that it's clearly in a range. And so price can stay within this range for quite some time. Bottom line is we need either this to break or this to break price to the downside. All right, so we'll continue to monitor this one as well. Pounds, take a look. Not much. Cooled off. Long positions cooled off. 36,000 to 29. Short positions increased from 44 to 53,000. But price just hitting a trend line. Okay, respecting it. It pushed to the upside with the strength of the euro. But besides that, not much else going on here. US dollar, Japanese yen. Okay, look how well it's holding up pretty well. Okay, remember the dollar was dropping, and look at this candle here, right? But as price was rallying here, what do we see the banks doing? Dropping long positions from 84,000 to 75 and dropping short positions. So overall, there is a bullish sentiment here. We also were talking over the last few weeks about how the institutions took out a major area of supply, which opens up the floodgates for a move higher. Dollar weakness, this one's holding up pretty well. So watch for a continued move to the upside. All right. And last but not least, we got the Kiwi. This was similar to the Aussie. Let's look at the positions. They increased their longs from 15 to 19,000. That's decent. They also increased their shorts from 26 to 30. Which one's more aggressive? Shorts are. Okay. Look at this here. Net positions growing to the short side. All right. And then you take a look at the charts, and what do you see? You see a lot of bearishness here. We also had a downtrend, which we mentioned and posted in the school forum. We had a downtrend here on the daily chart. Price rallied up to areas of supply, and now it is reacting to the downside with those areas of supply. All right, ladies and gents, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. Hope you have a great week, and if you need any assistance, you can reach us at www.whiteoakfx.com. Thanks, and have yourself a great day. Take care.